Another day, another story. Hello and welcome to this special video on Black history. In this video, we will explore some fascinating facts and stories about Black history that are often overlooked or underrepresented in traditional history classes. Our goal is to provide a more complete understanding of the world and the people who have shaped it. First, let's start with some context. African history is not a monolithic entity. Africa is a continent that is diverse, complex, and rich in history and culture. African people have made significant contributions to human civilization and progress throughout history, and their achievements deserve to be celebrated and studied. Despite this, African history is often treated as a footnote in world history, rather than as an integral part of the human experience. This is especially true when it comes to Black history, which is often framed as a separate category of history, rather than as a core component of global history. So, in this video, we will explore Black history through three main sections: African kingdoms, the civil rights movement, and Black contributions to science and technology. Section 1. African kingdoms, 10 minutes, at least 1,000 words. Our story begins with the ancient African kingdoms that existed long before the arrival of European colonizers on the African continent. Contrary to popular belief, Africa was not a dark and primitive continent devoid of culture and civilization. In fact, it was home to some of the most powerful and advanced civilizations in the world. For example, the Kingdom of Kush, which flourished in modern-day Sudan from around 1070 BCE to 350 CE, was a major center of trade, agriculture, and architecture. The kingdom was known for its sophisticated irrigation systems, massive pyramids, and ironworking technology. Its capital city, Meroe, was a hub of commerce and culture, with a thriving art scene and a diverse population. Similarly, the Kingdom of Ghana, which emerged around the 6th century CE in West Africa, was one of the wealthiest and most powerful states in Africa. The kingdom controlled the trans-Saharan trade routes and was a hub for gold and salt trade. Its rulers were known for their opulence and extravagance, with lavish palaces and ceremonial attire. We will also explore other African kingdoms, such as the Mali Empire, the Songhai Empire, and the Kingdom of Benin, among others. By learning about these civilizations, we can challenge the Eurocentric view of history and appreciate the diverse contributions of African people to world history. Section 2. The Civil Rights Movement. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s is often depicted as a heroic struggle led by a few famous leaders, such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks. However, the movement was much more complex and multifaceted than that. For instance, many lesser-known figures played crucial roles in the movement, such as Ella Baker, who worked behind the scenes to organize grassroots movements, and Fannie Lou Hamer, a sharecropper who fought for voting rights in the Deep South. These women, along with many others, fought tirelessly for justice and equality, often risking their lives and livelihoods. Furthermore, the movement was not limited to non-violent protests and speeches. There were also militant groups such as the Black Panthers, who advocated for armed resistance against police brutality and other forms of oppression. Though their tactics were controversial, they were a product of the systemic violence and discrimination faced by Black people at the time. We will also explore the cultural and artistic contributions of the civil rights movement, including the music of Nina Simone, the poetry of Maya Angelou, and the literature of James Baldwin. These artists used their talents to inspire and unite people in the fight for racial justice. It's important to note that the civil rights movement did not end with the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. The struggle for equality and justice continued, and new challenges arose, such as the war on drugs and the school-to-prison pipeline. By learning about the history of the civil rights movement, we can better understand the ongoing struggle for racial justice today. Section 3. Black contributions to science and technology. Finally, we will explore the contributions of Black scientists and inventors to the fields of science and technology. Despite facing discrimination and barriers to entry, many Black people have made significant contributions to these fields throughout history. One such figure is George Washington Carver, who is often remembered for his work with peanuts. However, he also made important contributions to soil conservation, crop rotation, and sustainable agriculture. His innovations helped to improve the economic prospects of Black farmers in the South and beyond. We will also explore the work of Katherine Johnson, a mathematician who worked for NASA during the space race. Johnson's calculations were crucial to the success of the Apollo 11 mission, which landed humans on the moon for the first time. Her work helped to pave the way for other black women to enter the field of science and technology. Additionally, we will explore the work of Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson, a physicist who became the first African-American woman to earn a PhD from MIT. Jackson's research has focused on particle physics and has helped to explain the behavior of subatomic particles. Her contributions have opened up new avenues of exploration in the field of physics. By highlighting the contributions of black scientists and inventors, we can challenge the notion that science and technology are the exclusive domain of white men, and inspire a new generation of young people to pursue careers in STEM fields. Conclusion. In conclusion, Black history is rich, diverse, and multifaceted. By learning about African kingdoms, the civil rights movement, and the contributions of black scientists and inventors, we can gain a more complete understanding of the world and the people who have shaped it. It's important to recognize that black history is not a separate category of history, but an integral part of the human experience. By including it in our curriculum and our cultural discourse, we can promote a more inclusive and equitable society, where all people are recognized for their contributions and valued for their unique perspectives. Thank you for watching, and we hope you've learned something new and valuable from this video. Let's continue to celebrate and learn about black history, and strive for a better and more just world for all.